Good evening, everyone. It is now 7:29 p.m. as it turns out, and for those who have just joined us on live streaming, we're opening the agenda briefing forum that otherwise would have commenced at 6:30 this evening. Our special council meeting that began at 5:30 ran over time, but has now concluded. So we're about to begin, and I'm going to invite Deputy Mayor Ife to read the acknowledgement of country.
Yang Jerapin Wajak Noongar, Buja Yakin Nijabili Baruk. I'm honoured to be standing on Wajak Noongar country on the banks of the Swan River. Yang Kadich Noongar Mort, Ken Kadak Nijak, Wajak Noongar Buja. Yang Kadich Nija Noongar Boria, Kora Yeye, Border Balapin Mordich Noongar Kadachin, Mort We Buja Yeye. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and respect past, present and emerging leaders, their continuing cultural heritage, beliefs and relationship with the land, which continues to be important today. Yang Yankan Balapin Yungar Burdia, where Mort Nijabuja. I thank them for the contribution made to life in the town of Victoria Park and to this region.
Thanks, Deputy Mayor Ife. Item 4 on the agenda is announcements from the presiding member. The purpose of the agenda briefing forum is to provide an opportunity for elected members to ask questions and obtain additional information on officer reports in the draft ordinary council meeting agenda. It's not a decision-making forum, nor is it open for debate. Members of the public that may be directly affected by an item on the agenda can make presentations, deputation statements and ask questions prior to the matter being formally considered by council at the next ordinary council meeting. 4.2 relates to notice of recording and live streaming. All participation in the meeting will be audio and visually recorded and live streamed on the town's website. The live stream will be archived and made available on the town's website after the meeting. All those who are in attendance are expected to extend due courtesy and respect to the meeting. All questions and statements made by members of the public are not to personalise any elected member or member of staff, and questions and statements will be directed to the presiding member, who can choose to call upon an officer of the town or another elected member to assist with responses. 4.4 is public participation time. There is an opportunity to ask questions and make statements at both the beginning and the end of this meeting. The opportunity to ask questions and make statements at the end of the meeting is limited to those members of the public who did not participate in the first public participation time at this meeting. Public participation time be held for a maximum of 30 minutes, and additional time has to be by agreement from the council in 5-minute increments. Questions that are taken on notice are responses to any questions taken on notice that relate to an agenda item will be presented in the officer report for the ordinary council meeting agenda under the heading Further Consideration. Item 5 on the agenda is attendance. We have all elected members in attendance, save for an apology from Councillor Cruiser, and Councillor Devereux is on approved leave of absence. We have a number of staff in attendance who are led by the CEO, Mr. Askew. Item 6 on the agenda is declarations of interest. Mr. CEO, do you have any declaration of interest, please?
Thank you, Mayor Vernon. No, I've received none.
Thank you. Any elected members who've got an interest they need to declare and haven't done so, please do so now. Not seeing any. Just a reminder, if you think that there are interests that you need to declare, please do so before the item comes up for discussion. Item 7 is public participation time, which I now open at 7:33 p.m. Noting that there are no members of the public in the public gallery, I'll now close public participation time at 7:33 p.m. Item 8 is presentations. There are none. Item 9, deputations. There are none. Item 10, method of dealing with agenda business. Elected members, this is normally where we would identify those items in the agenda for which questions are wished to be asked from elected members. Currently, I haven't received notification of any items on the agenda for which there are questions. So now is the time to let me know if there are any items on the agenda. Otherwise, I don't intend to run through each of the items just to ask you if there are questions and for you to have none. So this is your opportunity. Does anyone have any questions about any item on the agenda? Please let me know the item number. No, there are no questions to be asked in relation to any of items 11.1 through to 14.2. That brings us to item 15 on the agenda, which is committee reports. There are no reports for the committee. Item 16, motion of which previous notice has been given. There are none. Item 17, second public participation time, which I now open at 7:34 p.m. and noting there's no members of the public in the gallery, close that at 7:34 p.m. Item 18, questions from members without notice on general matters. Are there any questions from members without notice on general matters? No? All right. Item 19 is confidential matters. There are none. And so, in the world record-breaking history of the town of Victoria Park, at 7:35 p.m, 6 minutes after we began the agenda briefing forum, I closed the agenda briefing forum for the month. Thank you, everyone. Good evening to those who joined us on live streaming. We're adjourned.